Good evening. Vice President Sara Duterte is facing her second impeachment complaint filed by over 70 representatives of progressive groups who trooped to the House of Representatives on Wednesday, December 4. The progressive group, led by Bagong Alyansang Makabayan, submitted their impeachment complaint before House Secretary General Reginald Velasco at around 3:30 p.m. Based on the advanced copies of the impeachment complaint sent by Bayan to reporters, the ground for impeachment used is betrayal of public trust due to a myriad of issues that stemmed from Duterte's office's use of confidential funds. The Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education, which Duterte previously headed, have been the subject of a House investigation due to questions on how their confidential funds were utilized. Some of the revelations were the acknowledgement receipts for the confidential funds signed by a certain Mary Grace Piatos, whom Antipolo's 2nd District Representative Romeo Acop said has a first name similar to a coffee shop and a last name that is a famous potato chip brand. The acknowledgement receipts signed off by Piatos were part of the liquidation reports discussed during the hearing on the 23.8 million pesos in confidential funds covered by 158 receipts. But on Tuesday, December 3, the Philippine Statistics Authority disclosed that the name Mary Grace Piatos does not appear on their live birth, marriage, and death registry. The first impeachment complaint against Duterte was filed on December 2 and was endorsed by Akbayan Party List Representative Percival Sendanya. According to former Senator Laila de Lima, who accompanied the complainants, among the articles of impeachment cited in the first complaint were Duterte's alleged CF misuse, threats to ranking government officials, and her supposed involvement in extrajudicial killings when she was Davao City Mayor. McDonald's Philippines brings together families, friends, and fur babies as Stripes Run 2024 returns this year. Let's learn more about what made this year a rousing success.
A day filled with fun and fitness has brought smiles to thousands of families, kids, friends, and furry friends of this year's McDonald's Stripes Run 2024, held this December 1 at the SM MOA Complex grounds. Despite the rain, Stripes Run was a rousing success, with almost 11,000 runners and 500 fur babies who joined the fun run as they ran across different race categories. Assistant Vice President for Corporate Relations and Impact said that this year's Stripes Run saw a huge turnout of participants, with numerous celebrities participating, including the Agoncillo family, Isabel Ortega, Barbie Forteza, and David Licauco.
So every Stripes Run is really an event for families, and when we talk about families, of course that includes our fur babies.
3, 2, 1, go!
More than just a fun run, the Assistant Vice President for Corporate Relations and Impact, Adi Dimbol Hernandez, also emphasized that this year's Stripes Run 2024 supports the Ronald McDonald's Bahay Bulilit Learning Center and its Read to Learn program.
As every year, Stripes Run is for the benefit of Ronald McDonald House Charities and its programs. This 2024, it is for the benefit of the RMHC Bahay Bulilit. We're excited and we're very thankful and look forward to doing more Stripes Run and even more activities for the benefit of RMHC.
With a rising number of runners pledging their support to Bahay Bulilit, Timbol shared that they're more than elated to have reached diverse audiences while joining a movement that invests in the future of Filipino children.
The Philippine Coast Guard reveals that 4 of its vessels deployed near Escoda Shoal in the West Philippine Sea also encountered aggressive actions from several Chinese vessels on Wednesday, December 4. In a press conference, PCG spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, says that 4 PCG and Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources vessels responded to calls from Filipino fishermen reporting that small Chinese Coast Guard boats were blocking their access to Escoda Shoal. According to Tariela, when the vessel of the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources was monitored by Chinese Coast Guard vessels 21558 and 21559, the Chinese vessels immediately conducted a blocking maneuver to prevent BRP Romapinet of the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources from proceeding to the closest area where the Filipino fishermen are located. Tariela adds that Chinese Coast Guard 21549 maneuvered close and sideswept BRP Datu Bangkao twice. Moreover, the same Chinese Coast Guard vessel intentionally rammed the BRP Datu Romapinet, destroying some of the Philippine vessel structure. Earlier, Tariela released a statement revealing that 5 Chinese vessels also reportedly harassed Philippine vessels conducting a routine maritime patrol within Bajo de Masinloc on Wednesday. In a post on X, Tariela reiterates that China has no jurisdiction over Bajo de Masinloc, classified as a ROC under the 2016 Arbitral Award and Article 121 of the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. Tariela asserts that PCG and the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources vessels are legitimately patrolling Philippine waters, while it is China that is encroaching upon Philippine vessels and militarizing the area by deploying People's Liberation Army Navy vessels to shadow PCG operations. A high-ranking army official says there is no destabilization plot against the Marcos administration. During the Commission on Appointments deliberation on the ad interim appointment of 15 generals and officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines on Wednesday, December 4, Batangas 5th District Representative Marvy Marino asked Lieutenant General Ferdinand Barandon whether or not there are active plots to destabilize the government among AFP members. Barandon responds,
Is there anything that we should be worried about? As far as the Armed Forces of the Philippines, sir, there's nothing to worry about. Because again, I would like to emphasize, as mentioned by the Chief of Staff, we'll be mission focused and we will abide by the duly constituted authority. As to the retired military officers, sir, I think I'm not in the position to talk about what they are thinking or what they would want to do, sir.
Marino's question is in relation to the filing of an impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte. Barandon assures that AFP Chief of Staff and senior members of the armed forces are constantly reminding members of the Army of their constitutional duty to Filipinos.
I would like to re-echo the statement of the Chief of Staff, and the Chief of Staff as well as the senior commanders of the Armed Forces of the Philippines are constantly talking to the members of the armed forces on matters pertaining to our mission and also our constitutional duty to defend the Constitution as well as the people.
Marino then asked whether the current political situation in the Philippines following the rift between Duterte and President Bongbong Marcos would be taken advantage of by foreign countries. Barandon says monitoring possible foreign malign operations is part of AFP's intelligence gathering, and he would be willing to discuss more specifics of the activity only in an executive session. Senator Risa Hontiveros is raising the possibility that Harry Roque's escape from the Philippines was ushered by key players from a Philippine offshore gaming operator. In a statement on Wednesday, December 4, Hontiveros says she expects law enforcers to identify who helped Roque escape the country. Roque was reportedly in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates. According to Hontiveros, Dubai is a Pogo hub, which makes it possible that Pogo actors helped him escape. Hontiveros says that the Bureau of Immigration still has a lot of explaining to do, considering the escape of dismissed Bamban Mayor Alice Go or Go Haping to Indonesia. The Bureau of Immigration earlier said that Roque likely left the country through illegal means. According to Bureau of Immigration Commissioner Joel Anthony Viado, their records show that Roque has no recent attempt to depart the country through formal channels. Viado added that the Bureau's legal team is already studying filing more complaints against Roque for his supposed illegal travel. Roque is implicated in the qualified human trafficking case filed against Cassandra Leong and several others concerning the alleged illegal activities of the Pogo Hub Lucky South 99 Corporation. Roque has an arrest order from the House of Representatives after being cited for contempt and ordered detained due to his failure to submit documents that would justify the alleged sudden increase in his wealth. The Department of Foreign Affairs says Filipinos who are planning to travel to South Korea may push through despite the brief declaration of martial law in the country. In an interview on Wednesday, December 4, De Vega says DFA does not advise Filipinos who plan to go to South Korea to cancel their trips. Instead, De Vera is urging them to take extra precaution when they are in the country, especially amid the tension in the region. De Vega assures that there is no war in South Korea. He says that the agency advises Filipinos to take precautions if they want to push through with their trip to the country. According to the Vega, about 68,000 Filipinos are currently in South Korea, most of whom are documented workers. The Vega further says that the Philippine Embassy in South Korea has advised all Filipinos there to remain calm. On Tuesday, December 3, South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol declared emergency martial law, accusing the opposition of controlling the parliament, sympathizing with North Korea, and paralyzing the government with anti-state activities. The martial law order was lifted hours after it was imposed following opposition raised by the South Korean parliament. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.